Let's play the video. Get the sillies out. Which, let me see my playlist. Okay. Hey everyone. I hope you're having a great day. My name is Michelle and welcome to part 7 of Grimshire the demo. We're picking up where we left off, where I was just fishing around and just occupying my day. I had a boost in just my fishing confidence, so I'm going ham. I'm just fishing everywhere. I caught a happy high from donating a few things at the root cellar to feed the village. And I'm really feeling like an essential worker during the pandemic at this moment. I stop and I talk with Wallace, and he says, as often as Poppy stays over, the general store family's daughter, it feels like they have 3 kids. And you know what? I really resonate with that. Does anyone have like a childhood family or friend that seemed like they became a sibling because they just was always over there? Or do you have a kid who has a friend that's always over all the time and they're almost like one of your own kids? Let me know your experience in the comments. I feel like there's so many things that I want to do, but I just don't know where to start. So I'm just kind of checking around, looking, and then I see Beatrice. So I go and I talk to Beatrice, and then Beatrice, she tells me that Jack is a wild child and she's worried about the influence that he will have on her daughter. And yet you allow her to be over there all the time. So it's really giving messy. So after talking with Beatrice, I go into the general store and I look at the description for the seeds. It says the carrot seeds, they're good from spring the 1st all the way to the summer the 7th, which I think it's cool that crops can kind of cross over seasons. But at the time of purchase, I don't know how long it takes these seeds to grow. I think a good way that they can fix that problem is by once the player buys the seeds and plants them, then the description now updates, maybe even in a different color, letting you know like the character has learned carrot seeds take this amount of days to grow. I started running out of things to do at this point. I think sometimes in demos, it's hard to keep the player engaged. Like I can really see that happening because you're trying to put out content, a small amount of content. You're not trying to like overdo the content. I still want to play the game in full release, but it does become difficult when you're having just these dry conversation or things just to get done. I come over here and I talk with Erica to see if they have anything interesting to say. Want to put an emphasis, the buildup of conversation. Like Beatrice, how this day 2, she felt comfortable enough to be messy and tell me something about Jack. And I just don't think that's realistic. I don't think I don't know, I don't like it. Unless that's the type of character she is. That she's just kind of a messy character. But also, I just moved here. She asked me to grow her carrots for her husband. It felt like a stretch, like the developers was just trying to find something to do and to say. You'll see me just walking around aimlessly, unsure what to do, because I could do like water my garden or whatever, but there wasn't much that I wanted to do. The developers did a good job with whetting my appetite for what's going to happen. If I could have gone around and talked to villagers and everyone was spectating what they think was happening, or if I even got some information about who Finn is and what type of character he is. I like that I can walk under the waterfall there. I'm sure that the developers are going to do something within a full release. I really doubt that that was just literally just for me to go under and that's it. There might be like a cave or something there in full release. So I'm collecting wood, which is good because I know that I already put so much wood and my smelter was running low on wood. So I'm like, let me do that. You know what would have been cool up here? I think I've seen it over by my farm. But I think now that you're up in the mountains, like having a lot of fireflies would have been really pretty around this time. The Bobcat brothers over here, they're like trapped. Or is that that's Taro and Logan that look like they're stuck over there? That's fine. A little side note, I noticed that a lot of these animals have green eyes. And what does that mean? That means nothing. But it's like for me, like if I'm playing a game and they try to make a bunch of different characters, but all of them have blonde hair. Or all of them have the same personality. It's kind of like just something you notice. So that's something that I notice, at least. I tried to see if I could walk under that waterfall. Oliver, living in a general store, has his ups and downs. Okay. Sure. A lot of the conversations that I was having with the villagers seemed just really bland. It didn't lead anywhere, which I think when you have villagers who have things to say or there is dialogue, you can go and talk to them, but it doesn't lead anywhere. That sometimes can be little ticks that are just taken away from an experience. I go into the inn and I check to see who all is here. What does anyone have to say? And it's just dry conversation. And I have ideas about what type of conversation is good conversation. Oh, before I go into that, Theo gives me 200 coins and some peanuts for meeting everyone in town, which is good. I like that. And then so I just go about on my merry day. I wasn't sure if the general store closed at a certain time, so I just went and yeah, it's 9 o'clock at night and they're still open. So I went in there. My inventory is full. So I'm just like, okay. I sell that mounted fish because I'm not putting a mounted fish on my wall. I'm just not. And I'm trying to figure out what are things that I want to sell versus things that I want to donate or to the root cellar. I still have to bring Adeline things. And what are things that I'm just going to need later. So I make it back to my farm. And here are the fireflies that I was very happy to see. I'm still not being productive and counting the plots where I need to, like, my empty spots. So I just have a random amount. I don't fill all the spots. Yeah. I need to work on myself, honestly. I check my smelter. I got 5 more ores, so I add the 30 logs that I have. And then I go over to the drying rack and I place the fish that I have. And go inside, go over to my chest. And I am just adding things that I don't know what I'm going to do with yet, but just like clearing out my inventory. So I'm not walking around with a full inventory. So put the plum seed so I could plant it. The simple table down so I can place it. Have that fertilizer that I don't think I ever used the fertilizer. I really don't. I kind of decided I'm going to put all the trees in this area, this little area, that like fruit bearing. I just put a new piece of gum in my mouth and I'm really Try not to chew it on camera. I'm always chewing though. Think I'm watering my crops. Getting all that done. So I'd water, and then like a countdown, the clock starts turning red, and it scares me. So I'm like, I'm not trying to pass out. So I stop water in the middle of watering. I run home and go to bed, or run to my house and go to bed. Then the Valley Daily pops up, and it tells me that I have 5 days of meat stocked up. And so that means it took all the food that I donated, it added 2 days of food. Easy peasy. I can do that. I think this Valley Daily is a good touch. So check my drying rack. Everything's still drying. I'm under half of my wood overnight, which I like that because sometimes I've seen in some games, it's not common, but the next day it's like, you don't count the time overnight? What is that even about? And then also, my carrots are ready, so I'm gonna bring Beatrice her carrots, and I have a whole bunch of radishes that are ready, so I think I'm gonna donate half to the root cellar, the other half I'm gonna sell, which is gonna be nice. I do think it's important in the demo to have crops that you can plant and harvest within the time period that you make the demo. So that's really good. My cabbage will be ready in one day. Some of that. Just watering what I can, what I probably miss. My asparagus has one more day also. So just thinking about like the demo aspect of this game. The demo's purpose is to showcase what the full game is going to have. And so I think it's important to put things in place to utilize the time properly. And what I mean by that is a lot of the gifts and the quests that I was given was pointless. Like Rona's a carpenter, so he had me cut wood. But I had to cut wood to do other things. So that mission that he gave me should have been, here's an example. Hey, I really need this and that. I have this problem. I need a fence. And since you're here, could you help me out? What? You don't have a crafting bench? Do I have to do it? I might as well do it myself if I'm going to give you a crafting bench. But no, you're going to save me time. So here, gives me the crafting bench. I go, and now I am learning how to use the crafting bench that can fix that problem. And I bring Beatrice her carrots. She pays me for my hard work with 100 coins. Thank you, Beatrice. And an apple seed. Sweet. It is going to be added to other ones. So then I do some shopping again. Since I have money, again, I get the money, I spend the money. Get the money, I spend the money. Get the money. There is no saving. Something that I really like also with the general store is that you see that there is a limited quantity of each thing. And I thought that was cool. You also see the amount of money that the store has, which, okay, I guess it's to let you know he can't buy everything from you, but like he has like $1 million. So I'm kind of like, I don't think I could outspend you. So I thought that was cool. So I'm going to leave this part here. A lot of ranting, a lot of yapping. I hope y'all enjoyed it. After this video, we only have 3 more episodes. And so I'm really interested in hearing, what do you guys want to see me play next? Leave that comment. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and press the notification button so you can get a notification every time I post. Thank you again for watching and supporting my channel. And until next time, stay safe and happy gaming. Bye.